Hey guys, as you know, we just came back from an amazing Disney trip.
We survived it.
Walt Disney World Christmas week. And just like we did last time, we're going to do a short tip video of things that we learned or things we're getting frequent questions about related to our last trip. And once again, we learned some things we didn't know and also have a few tips to share based on questions that we were getting on social media. So ready to dive in?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so the first question we got a lot of questions about was flying in on Christmas Day and flying out on New Year's Eve. People asked, was that better? Is it a good idea? I got all different kinds of questions related to that. So first, let's talk about flying in on Christmas Day. That was wonderful.
It was awesome.
Now, we did take the very earliest flight we could get out because I've also heard that's better. There's less chance of delays and stuff. So it was early. But it's totally worth it because we flew out 2 years ago on the 26th, the day after Christmas, and that was miserable. Bad. We were in the airport for hours because the plane couldn't get clearance to take off and land in MCO, which is Orlando's airport. So highly recommend if you can do it. Christmas Day is a great day to travel, air travel wise. And then also coming back, people have asked why we don't stay through New Year's. The same reason. We leave New Year's Eve, and was two reasons. It's to beat the traffic.
Yep.
And it's another good day to travel. We've not had any problems. We left both Christmas week trips on Christmas Eve, and it was smooth both times. One was an early flight, but the previous trip 2 years ago, it was a midday flight, and we still had no issues. So highly recommend that. And the other reason is we like a day buffer before we go back to work. It's just how we are. We like a day to chill, so that's another good reason to come back. Next thing is something I learned that I did not know and I wish I'd known it. I don't buy a lot of bottled water. If you've seen my video, which I'll link above, talking about my newer bag and my water bottle that I've started carrying to the park, I end up filling that up and don't buy a lot of bottled water, but occasionally you need one for one reason or another. I stopped at the Joffrey's cart one night and Brian wasn't with me, and he said, "Oh, do you have an AP?" He said, "You get 20% off." And I was like, "What?" I didn't know that. So I can't tell you they'll be doing it all the time, but as of Christmas week of the 2018, Joffrey's was offering a 20% discount on bottled water. Yeah, I mean, it really is. Like, that's really great.
So I imagine that go for the coffee products too, I would imagine, right?
I don't know. I didn't ask him what that applied to beyond but just keep that in mind if you're an annual pass holder. And also, if you need bottled water, make sure you find a Joffrey's cart because they're all over the park.
Actually, ask if you're an AP holder. Just ask everywhere. I mean, so many times I missed out on discount because I forgot to ask.
I mean, currently it's mostly for merchandise and for sit-down table service restaurants, not for quick service. But it's just like he said, you just don't know. So it doesn't hurt to ask. And also, if you have other discounts, ask about those as well, such as DVC. Like, don't use all your, or if you're a cast member, whatever, always ask about all the discounts that you're entitled to. Another big question that we've gotten, we also got it one time when we had a boardwalk room that was technically a garden view, but we were facing out towards the boardwalk. But we also got the question again this time, which was how noisy is staying with Boardwalk View? There's two parts to this. I think most people are actually asking about the outside noise. The outside noise is fantastic. They have done an amazing job with those, what do you call them, French doors that open up to the balcony. You go outside, it's loud. You come in and shut the door, you can't hear anything except the fireworks. You will hear Illuminations.
You can hear the boat horn too.
Faintly though, it's not like enough to wake you up at night. It's like really faint.
Yeah. I don't think it'll wake you up. But you can't hear it. So I don't want to say it's totally silent. You can hear that, but you don't hear.
You don't hear people. You don't hear the music on the boardwalk. Now, to be fair, we were if you're facing the boardwalk, we were to the far right, so we weren't in the heart of the boardwalk where they're having all the games and stuff.
We were above that burger place.
The Big River Grill. Yeah. We were right above that. So keep that in mind. So that might change if you were front and center, but the only thing that would wake me up at night if we happened to be in bed, because this was Christmas week, so Illuminations wasn't until 10:30, so it's kind of later, was Illuminations. That's the only thing that I would hear that would actually wake me up at night.
There's a few nights we slept right through it because we're just so tired.
So tired, and also that's another thing, most of the year Illuminations is at 9 p.m., and I know Illuminations is going away, but for now, the nighttime entertainment at Epcot is typically at 9, and I'm up at 9, so I mean, that's no big deal anyway. It's just Christmas week that it's late. And then also the thing we did want to mention though is we had an adjoining room and we had probably the most noisy family on the planet next to us.
Now, I think this is our first adjoining room at all, right?
No, that we didn't request. The only time we've had an adjoining room before was when we traveled with friends or family. We had one with Beverly, and we had one with your sister.
Oh, right. Yeah,
and I'm saying intentional,
yeah,
where you know the people on the other side of the door. I think this is the first time we've ever had an adjoining room. It is loud. So that's going to be our new room request. Number one choice, no adjoining room, because they weren't partying. Well, they were partying, but I mean, not in the wild, music party kind of sense. They were just having a good time. Like, one night at like 11, the kid was running around, bouncing off the wall, screaming, "Best day ever!" So, I mean, it wasn't like they were being mean or anything. They were just loud, like really, really loud.
Jazzed up.
They were jazzed up. They were having a good time. And so I didn't want to ruin their fun or anything. And people said, "Well, why don't you move?" That's a lot of work to move. And we had a great view. So we just decided to hang with it. But that's going to be a number one room request for us now, which I don't know if all the Boardwalk Views have adjoining rooms or not, because we talked to our friend Spoonful of Sugar that were staying below us on the third floor in a slightly different area. They were under that wave building, the blue, and they also had an adjoining room. So I don't know if that's
If you happen to know, leave a comment below.
Please, we really want to know, because we're not. If they all do, we're not going to request Boardwalk View again, because that was really loud, really loud. So outside noise, not so bad. Inside noise with the adjoining room was really bad. And then the trail from Epcot to Hollywood Studios, in our last tip video like this, we mentioned don't take it because it's got a huge detour. Totally fixed now. So highly recommend it.
It's great. It even has a bathroom along
They've
the way.
added a bathroom.
The bathroom is towards, of course, Hollywood Studios. It's at that end.
Right, but it's pretty far out from the park, so it's kind of nice. Like if you walk that mile from Epcot to Hollywood Studios, because it's around a mile, and you might have to go. It's kind of nice having that bathroom out there.
And also leaving the park, to go back on a trail, if you don't want to go in the park, because that
got last
empty.
chance
It was
restroom.
empty every time,
Yeah, and it's a nice bathroom because it's new, so it's really nice.
Yeah, so that was nice.
That was really nice. So we wanted to mention the trail is good to go again if you like walking, and we do. We prefer walking to the transportation. And then another surprise for us, which, this applies for next year, of course, is Hollywood Studios. Flurry of Fun is fun, and everything at Hollywood Studios. We thought we would spend most of our time at Epcot.
Night was pretty cool,
We went to Hollywood Studios a lot more at night. It was so much fun.
How many nights did we go? Was it 3 nights?
I lost count, 3 or 4.
Because typically we would be at Epcot every night, but no, we were like, let's go back to
We'd
Hollywood
be at
Studios.
Epcot, and we're like, let's go to Hollywood Studios, because they had done a great job, and we didn't even see Jingle Bell Jingle Bam at all, which is the night show. So we're not even talking about that. We're just talking about the ambient that's just there all the time. That Flurry of Fun, they run that sort of constantly, and they have the projections on the Tower of Terror.
For me, that Star Wars show, what's it called?
I'm not sure, but he's talking about the Star Wars stage show.
Where all the characters come out.
That was great. We watched that.
Well, for me, it was best if you catch the last showing, which is at dusk. And it just really popped, because we've seen it before in daylight, and it really didn't do much for me, but for some reason at dusk.
The other thing, though, in the daylight, you're in broad sunlight, and it's really hot, so at dusk it's a lot more pleasant.
The movie screen, of course, popped up more. The fireworks, I really enjoyed it.
We did. We saw that multiple times. And then the whole Echo Lake area with Gertie and her Santa hat, and the giant Christmas tree, and the lights floating in the water. We just loved all of it. We loved it. And so we would go hang out at Baseline a little bit, Baseline Tap House, and then we would just meander around and really enjoyed it. So we wanted to throw that out there, because we were surprised at how much we liked it, because the last time we were there, they weren't doing all that yet. They hadn't even started Jingle Bam. It was the year after Osborne stopped, and they just hadn't really picked up the slack yet. So now it's not like Osborne, but it's still a lot of fun. This was a tip for me to you. And I can't say it was my idea. I think I asked either Kyle from View from the Cheap Seats or Josh from Easy WDW, or maybe both of them. I can't remember, so I'm going to give credit where credit's due. One of them had a great view of Illuminations, and so I asked where they were, and they said they were at the top of the Fast Pass area. So if you've never done Illuminations Fast Pass, it's between those 2 port of entry stores right at the front of World Showcase. And it's a huge area, and so I always thought down at the water would be the best view, because then you don't have people in front of you. But it's basically on a hill there, so if you're at the top, like the back of the Fast Pass area, even as short as I am, my view is not obscured at all of Illuminations, and that view is so much better because you're kind of raised up, and so you can see really great. Now there are a couple of pillars that can block that globe. Again, I know Illuminations is moving on and something else is coming back, but for now, because I think it's not going away till the fall, for now I would highly recommend, if you're doing a fast pass, get to the back of the area and lock your place down. You know, your mileage may vary, maybe you like being right on the rail, but I found that to be a much better view, so just wanted to pass that along.
I guess it might make it a little easier to leave the area too.
Yeah, because they literally opened it up right next to where I was standing to leave at the end.
Nice.
So yeah, it totally could. I wasn't in a hurry because we were actually staying at Epcot Resort, so I wasn't trying to rush out. But yeah, if you did want to try to rush for the bus or something, or the monorail, that would definitely help. And so I think that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, I think so. I think we had a great trip. It was crazy crowded, in case anyone wants to know that. Yep. I think Brian said he felt like it's the most crowded it's ever been. Like that we've been there.
It did feel like that, yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it. It was pretty packed. Well, and I know they closed for capacity a couple of days, which they didn't do in 2016 when we were there. So that right there kind of tells you it was crazy. But we had a great time despite it. I think the big things: pack your patience and relax. You know, don't feel like you have to do everything.
Yeah, enjoy the moment.
Yep, be in the moment, enjoy the Christmas stuff. So thanks for watching, we appreciate it. As always, we appreciate subscribes, likes, shares, and comments. Until our next adventure.